3 easy and fast ways to find cash buyers on Propstream for your wholesale real estate business, whether you're wholesaling, doing real estate investing, or just in the real estate arena. I'm going to drill into my Propstream account and show you all the different ways, the most effective and efficient ways to find cash buyers. And even for retail buyers who are looking for either houses to buy and maybe they want to contact a cash buyer to either sell them or buy a property for them or things of that nature. Make sure you all check Propstream down below. With my link, you get a 7 free day trial. It helps support this channel. So if you're interested, please click on Propstream down below and I'll put it in the comment section also. All right, so I just pulled up a city, Orlando, Florida. It's a major city, has over 330,000 unique properties here on Propstream that they have recorded. So these are properties that are, most of them, of course, are not listed because, I mean, it's 331,000 properties around just under 800,000 active listings nationwide. The majority of this is unlisted properties. Let's say you have a property that you want to sell to a cash buyer or you want to dispo it to a wealthy person, right? There are 3 main ways that you can do that on Propstream that are super simple, easy, and efficient. The number one way is that super simple, and I usually don't use this way, is just use one of their already created list that they have here, one of their quick list choices, cash buyers. Boom. And then right here, you have 65,801. Now, I don't know the criteria around this. Maybe if they're just looking at properties that are 100% owned, but not necessarily bought for cash at the moment, because that's a large number. Even then, like there are a good amount of properties that are bought cash by regular people. They just have it like that and they can drop $500,000 on their primary residency. So there are regular retail buyers like that. And you're not necessarily looking for those type of buyers because, you know, you're looking for an investor. You're looking to assign your property over to a cash buyer so you can make money. What I would do is I would clear this out again. I would drill and use these filters on Propstream. So what I would do here is I would go to ownership information and I would put maximum year of ownership of 1 year. So by doing this, you limit people who own a property over a year and over maybe 10, 20, 30 years, they paid off their loan. And so they own their property out 100%. You don't want to keep those people in this list. You're trying to find people within the past year that bought a property and own 100% of the property. So what you have to do next is go to valuation and equity information. And you want the minimum estimated equity to be 99% essentially, or you can just do 100, I believe. Yeah, that pulls it up. If you put 99%, I think, yeah, it's similar. So whether you put 99, 110% now, but 100% equity. So these are properties that are 100% owned by someone that was bought within the past year. And so this is another way to find cash buyer. But once again, this may include a lot of retail buyers who are not investors. And so the other way to find cash buyers, the third way, and the way to really find them is just by going here and putting owner occupied, by putting no, it's not owner occupied, right? And so by looking at this list, now you know for sure these are properties that were bought 100%, right? They're 100% owned by one person. They were bought within the last year. And on top of that, the person doesn't even live in the property, right? These are non-owner occupied properties. So that's usually an investor. And so this is probably the most effective way to find cash buyers. And from that, you can add to list. You can just click here, add to a list, and then you can go over here to your contacts and you can download all the contact information from Propstream and you can either cold call, skip trace. Actually using Propstream. Propstream also has a great tab right here where you can skip trace people and they'll give you their phone numbers. So once again, if you're interested in Propstream, check the link down below. You get a 7 free day trial. It's a great software and obviously I still use it in my real estate business. But what you have to do is just drill it and cold call that list or send mails or find their emails, something like that. Now, the other layer that you can do to finding cash buyers most effectively is you can drill in even more where they don't buy it within the past year, but they bought it hopefully within the past 6 months. So what I would do here, I would exit out this maximum 1 year. You don't really have to do that. But so the last sell date, you can be anywhere between, let's go 6 months back. So February 1st to August 31st. All right. So within these dates, a property was bought, and you can even exit out of this max 1 year. It's not going to change anything. Oh, it did change something. But within these dates, last sell date, February to the end of this month, someone bought a property and they own it 100% and they don't live in this property. That's a cash buyer. All right. So whether you're dispoing a wholesale property or you are trying to find investors to help fund your deals, whether you're flipping properties, trying to get into commercial real estate, or if you're a regular retail buyer trying to find properties that investors own that you can buy, you never know what's going to happen. Now, there's another aspect to cash buyers that people are not talking about on Propstream that I think I may make a separate video about, but I'm going to give it to you all right now. You all check out Propstream down below. With my link, you get a 7 free day trial, so make sure you all do that. And that's number of properties owned. And so right here, we add another layer. Let's say you want a person who's regularly buying properties, right? They may at one time may have 5 flips going on. They may have 20 rentals that they own, right? What's that amount that makes you want to sell your property to this cash buyer to, right? Assign this property to. Now listen, I assign properties to investors that only own one property because they're just flip one property at a time and they're about to go on their next project, right? And so you can still find cash buyers like that. But a lot of times, most of my cash buyers, they had a few projects going on, and on top of that, they owned rentals for themselves. So let's say number of properties owned, let's say 5. So here you have a more specialized and catered list, a more narrowed down filter list where a cash buyer bought a property within the past 6 months, 7 months. They don't live in the property, but they own it 100% outright, and they own at least 5 properties. Okay. And on top of that, we can go to owner type and put individual so you don't keep corporations. So now that changed a lot. I should have put that in the very beginning actually, but that's very important because you want to usually sell to an individual. But if you're okay selling with corporate where you can find their information, go that route also. And honestly, going the corporate route will help you dispo your properties a little bit better, where you can find more people. I know there's different websites. There's this famous website that a lot of investors use. I forgot what it's called, but you can have access to these tens of thousands of buyers. People, they work for equity companies that buy properties, and you can access them that way. And that's where this corporate option is in. And so if you can really drill down and find the owner of this LLC or this or that person, that would be to your benefit. If you exit out of that 5 minimum property, that's going to go up to 892. He's still an individual owner. If you want to go just for individual people, that's one way to do it. Now, a lot of times with corporations, they may pay a higher dollar than an individual basis, but I've noticed most of my deals while I was wholesaling with individual investors, not corporate. But if you really want to expand your business, go the corporate route too. That was one mistake I made. These are ways that you can find cash buyers. I gave you more than 3 simple ways to find cash buyers using Propstream. Once again, use my link down below. Yeah, make sure you all like this video and comment down below your thoughts on this video. All right, thank you.